And welcome, welcome. Yes, this seems to be working. I'm going to turn my camera off there really quick so it's not like in the way. Welcome, friends. It's Tuesday. It's Dungeons and Dragons. I've been dreading and looking forward to this particular session for quite some time because up until literally today, I did not have anything prepared for it, but I figured it out, I think, today. So I think we're in pretty good shape. If you are in chat, please do sound off. I see that Psychanthrope is here. Very good to see you. I see Gail, as always, is here. Very good to see you. While we are waiting for folks to say hi in chat, let's go ahead and introduce folks and say who we are playing and who our characters are and who we are. Both of those things. Let's go in reverse my normal order. So we will start with Jeff this time around. Who are you? Who are you playing today?
Yes, hello. My name is Jeff Holland. I play Calder Creed, resident sorcerer, and he's either a Rubik's Cube or the Lament configuration. Either way, he comes out of the 80s and is going to take over the world somehow.
Gail, who are you? Who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Gail or Olivia, and I am playing Echo, the monk cleric who's here at this war to just make friends.
This is the right place for it. Yeah, a war is the perfect place to make friends. And M, who are you? And more importantly, who are you playing today?
I'm gonna die for a moment. Give me
Please
a second.
don't die.
Inhaling is difficult.
I mean-
don't do it.
Wouldn't dying be a little thematic for your new PC?
Always and consistently. I'm M. I'm one silver key, and I am playing Nalmani the Ghost. I have the voice. We'll see if it happens today. I can't guarantee it because I'm mentally prepping for an 8-hour shift after this.
Yep. After this, it's a midnight to 8 a.m. like graveyard Walgreens shift. It's going to be amazing. No problem. And I, of course, am your esteemed DM, Rob or Professor Cunningham, depending on where you know me from. And I will be portraying everybody else. This is going to be a really great time. But before we get into it, because I'm hoping that people will come to this VOD at some point, let's talk a little bit about how we got to where we are. And I'm just going to give, as usual, a really quick overview of the events that led us to where we're at. And then I will ask each of you to give me a little bit more details that I missed. So we're at the full moon, which this team has been anticipating for quite some time. I believe it might have been Victoire that first was able to figure out, maybe it was Echo, that figured out that the next full moon was going to be a big attack from the orc army that is currently at the north of the Sword Coast.
That was Victoire. Victoire
It
had
was
the dream
Victoire.
from her Feywild contact thing.
And
Guide?
we know that this isn't your average orc. This isn't your average orc army anymore.
No,
it has ascended, and some fraction of the army that is bearing down on Barnabas Boulder Shoulder's war camp is made up of orcs that have either willingly or unwillingly been transformed into werewolves. So that's happened. And we know that the army is kind of desperate at this point because Anton and his gang in a previous episode were able to cut off their magical food supply. We also know that they are able to repel the Dragon Nightscale on occasion when they see him, because he has been about, he has made attacks on them, but they have been able to sort of push him away, so he is not the answer to this problem.
Yeah, poor teenage dragon found out the hard way about the action economy.
And where we last left off, I believe we were more or less set up in the Forge of Fury to defend that place, while others took care of battles elsewhere. Now, again, there's so much that I missed there. And we are also, because Jen is not here because of medical reasons, we will also make sure to mention that Kreetha and Durgadin will be remaining in the Forge of Fury to take control of the golems if necessary. So now I'd like to go around and ask folks what I missed. I'm sure I missed a lot. There was a lot of lead up to tonight's session. Let's start with M. Do you have anything that I missed or anything that you want to add to what I just said?
I can't add anything right now.
That's fair. And you haven't actually been playing for a little bit since Victoire
Yes,
took over
correct.
the Forge of Fury and started like fixing it. So that makes sense to me. How about Gale? You got something for me that I absolutely missed in my very, very like overview of the last few games?
We did have a conversation with some Dwergar when we took control of the forge, and they've been fighting with the orcs for the past month or so, trying to control the mountain. We managed to not be antagonistic as we parted ways, and they know about the full moon big werewolf attack because we told them. So we don't know what they're going to do about it, though. If they're just going to stay away or if they're going to get involved somehow, I'm not sure.
And in fact, I believe you still have one of their number among you.
We do.
How is Galvin the Grey Dwarf doing right now?
Like, he's doing better. You said he was just kind of hanging around. He's here to like fulfill the whole proving that we weren't full of shit. He got to talk to the king and wasn't killed immediately. Like, he's even still around the camp in the forge in the citadel. So I don't know if we didn't really clarify whether or not he's staying during the full moon, if he's gonna like hide or be a part of the forces or not. We haven't really covered that.
That's a very good question for us to cover once we get into game. Jeff, what's something else, if you can recall, that I missed in my overview there?
Politics.
So many politics. Poor Creetha was not ready. She was not ready to be essentially the head of a new dwarven citadel, an old dwarven citadel, but a new dwarven citadel.
Our Lady Regent Creetha is doing wonderful at the job, especially when you consider where she came from.
She's moving on up, man.
Yeah.
And where we ended up last time, although we are going to backtrack a little bit, I believe the full moon was just coming up, and then we had a wonderful little side adventure with the Rugged Tumble werewolves to figure out a little bit about what happens early on in the full moon. If you want to see that, check that VOD out. It was really, really fun, really good.
Some crazy lore there at the end.
I was not the DM for that particular game. It was amazing. Em, you did a great job. I think with that, we can go ahead and move into the game, and I'll do a little bit of sort of background, and then we can get into the role play. So stick around, friends, if you're here in chat. As usual, we try to limit our interaction with the audience to the pre- and post-game shows. So say whatever you will during the game. We will respond to it when we can, and let's get into it.